We gotta talk about this One Piece thing. I have said this before on my channel. One Piece is literally my favorite anime of all time. I never really want to turn One Piece into like something that I need to make content about. I keep all that shit to me. So JelloApocalypse made a video called "So Basically This Is One Piece." I've been hearing that it's not really that good, to say the least. There are some glaring issues with how he presents the story and how he presents some of the characters and even the author Oda himself. I can tell from like previous experiences watching this, because we've even watched some of the So Basically of So This Is or So Basically of other things. I've liked quite a few of them. I've talked about it. They've been interesting. They've been good, usually informative and fun watches. I am a One Piece stan. I will say this till the fucking cows come home, because I am proud to say it. Look at my goddamn character. I have Law's devil fruit on my chest and I have Luffy's straw hat on my back. I am a One Piece man. And one thing I will not stand for is slander upon the great Echiro Oda sensei. So yeah, we're gonna watch this, kind of delve into what this is all about and give whatever foresight I have. Now, granted, I'm going to take this all with a grain of salt, I'll be honest, because, again, I haven't seen this myself, so I don't know what he says. I don't know what his points are. His points could be completely valid. His points could be completely out of fucking nowhere, but we'll see. Let's watch this video.
This is the story of Loosey Goosey. He plays things fast and loose, but he got too loose, and now he's all wiggly. He's
What
made
the hell?
of rubber. How did that
Okay.
happen?
Yo, the government has been lying to you. Our true history is written on magic Legos. The gum fruit isn't real. There are weasels on the moon. Cast away your shackles, my brothers, and rise! Rise!
It's the
Okay.
Great Age of Pirates. A pirate is defined as anyone who sails a boat.
I mean,
Loosey
obviously that
Goosey's
was,
gonna be ta-
obviously that was all like, that was all actually kind of accurate, but it was presented as a joke. Yeah, it's presented as okay. So no issues so far. It's 33 seconds in. It's perfectly.
King of them all.
Yeah, it's just all
To do that,
satirical.
he needs to conquer the Grand Line, an inaccessible ocean that you can easily leave and come back to. I mean, if you need to. If you like forgot your keys or something, it's not a big deal. You can just come right back in there. People on the Grand Line have the power of devil fruits, fueled by the dreams of what humanity could be.
Wait, did he say you can leave?
Those
Wait,
dreams we all got
hold on. Did he say you can leave?
that you can easily leave and come back to. I mean, if you need to. If you like forgot your keys or something, it's not a big deal. You can just come right back in.
Did he just say you can leave the Grand Line and then come back on? Is this guy on fucking meth? Okay, obviously not. But, like, what? Did this guy watch the show? Does this guy know what he's talking? Did he just say that? Also, it's funny how he has Mr. 3 in the water. Why are you... Wait, why do you say that you can... Maybe it's just a joke. I'll take it as a joke.
People on the Grand Line have the power of devil fruits, fueled by
Yes.
the dreams of what humanity could be. You know those dreams we all got.
Yeah.
I want to wear someone like a jacket. I want to squeeze
Fair
a
enough.
person until milk comes out.
Yeah.
I want to gain weight.
I also want to gain weight, but in a more useless way.
I hope nobody notices we have the exact same power.
Yeah, kinda. Especially Pika and what's his name? Avala Pizarro. Definitely they have similar abilities. In fact, Oda even came out and said that Avala Pizarro's is the upgraded version of Pika's fruit, which he has done on multiple occasions and has stated that is kind of like, that's intentional, you know? For example, Monet she has the Snow Logia fruit, so she can create and control snow. Whereas Aokiji Kuzan, he has the cold fruit, so he controls the actual aspect of cold. But I mean, if you're saying that these two have the same power as fucking Prince Groose, I think his name is. Yeah, Prince Groose, and I forget his name, Morley. I mean, that's That's pretty wrong because Pika inhabits stone. He inhabits the island. He digs under and he creates like stone, or he uses clay.
There are dozens of devil fruits, each with different powers that make them all distinct. Asterisk. Parameciums are silly boys that turn you sinky, stinky weirdo. Loogie Froogies give you control over an element. You can smoogle your body to avoid attacks and also generate something, which Parameciums can't do. Except for the ones that can. Those are called special Parameciums. Which can also be spelled like this. And then there's
It is a weird thing. It is kind of hard to describe.
And then there's furries. But they're ugly.
But then there's furries.
Old Piece is pretty wacky.
Usually, yep. There's a lot of furries in One Piece.
People whacking each other until one of them decides to fall down. I swear some of these are good. Him and Usopp are a Robin fight. What do you mean Robin doesn't get any fights? She's like the strongest character.
Pre-time skip? I'd say she's definitely in the top 4 of the Straw Hats until, well, not even, because I would say that someone like Brook would be able to fight Robin because he's very fast in the way that he fights. But if you don't think any of the other fights in One Piece are good besides Usopp and Robin fights, like, dude, that is cap. That is straight up cap. I don't even care. Honestly, I don't even care about about saying that, like, they don't get enough fights. Because I agree, they do not have a bunch of fights. They do have fights. Their fights, in my opinion, not my favorite. I can't believe that he's actually saying that there aren't good fights. What's the one I'm thinking of right now off the top of my head? We have fucking Baratier with Zoro versus Mihawk way back in the day. Dude, the amount of amazing fights in One Piece. And he's holding up Usopp and Perona. That fight was hilarious. That was a good fight. Don't get me wrong. That's not even Usopp's best fight. In my opinion. That's not even his best fight. His best fight is the one with an Alabasta. Dude, that fight is goated. And it's either that fight or it's the Luffy versus Usopp fight. Like, those are the top 2 fights in my opinion. That even up to like current date. And Robin's fights, I'd say definitely she has the least amount of fights out of everyone in the entire like Straw Hat crew. Because she's not really meant to be a fighter. At least she doesn't want to be a fighter. That's the thing with Robin. Robin is insanely powerful and strong, not because she wants to be strong. Hence why she's not like Luffy or like Zoro, who's training and shit like that. But Robin is an archaeologist. Robin is a scholar, and she does not want to fight. She was forced to fight as a child, pretty much. And from that point on, she's had to live that life. Now that she doesn't have to fight all the time, just to stay alive, she can sit back and do what she wants. She's wanted to study the poneglyphs for forever. The only reason why she was working with Crocodile to begin with was to look into the poneglyphs. The same with why she's with the Straw Hats to a degree. Now it's a little different. When she started, it was because she wants to learn about the poneglyphs, but now she also wants to help Luffy become the Pirate King. We're going to keep going with this. We're going to see what else this guy has to say about One Piece.
Oh, come aboard and bring along the strongest character.
No way. He did not. Okay, I literally just moved back. I literally just got 2 fucking seconds after that. But did he really just say there's sexism in One Piece? Does he know what this word even means? Yeah, just 1 sec. Just 1 sec. Prejudice or discrimination based on sex, especially discrimination against women, behaviors, conditions, or attitude that foster stereotypes of a social roles based on sex. So he's saying because he doesn't show Robin enough. He's implying because he doesn't show Robin enough, just Robin, because you can't say that it's not because that Oda doesn't show women enough. I mean, there's literally women throughout the entirety of One Piece, women of different color consistently, and Oda has gone on the record saying how he enjoys drawing women characters a lot. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's such a good point. That is such a good point. We literally have Amazon Lily. This man, I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. This man didn't get to Amazon Lily. If he got to Amazon Lily, or if he had actually bothered to pay attention for it, he would have seen literally people of women of every single color and denomination, and just women in general present there. And not only that, Boa is an insanely strong character in the story. To this day, currently in this time period, she is on par with she's out there fighting fucking people like fucking Blackbeard. And it's crazy that you would say something, that he would even insinuate something like that. Especially knowing someone like Boa Hancock's backstory. And how, like, it's basically to represent how, like, she's a strong woman. How she doesn't let her past and her past wounds define how she currently is. No matter how traumatic they may be. You're acting like archaeologists after watching Apocalypse. Yep, you're right. That's me. That's me. It's the end of the world as we know it.
Oh, come aboard and bring a long chapter count for the biggest serialized adventure manga in history, only to find that the adventure stories aren't as good as the thriller and espionage ones, and the author should probably just be writing that. Revel in excitement and watch as Lucy has to punch the bad man in order to stop the natural disaster from crashing down and destroying an island that's shaped like a circle. This is every single arc. Sometimes Oda gets worried that the 12-year-old boys who read his comic don't think it's cool enough, so he decides to draw everything on fire for a few panels and then for his
Wait, hold up.
This is every single arc. Sometimes Oda gets worried that the 12-year-old boys who read his boob comic don't think it's cool enough, so he decides to draw everything on fire for a few panels and then forgets about it.
He's on fire! He must be from the jungle!
What?
Stakes still aren't high enough! Quick! Hit him with a poison that doesn't work!
Let's see the crew we're cruising the sea with. Alola Molazo is the right-hand man who holds his swords like an idiot and can teleport in front of any woman, so long as it's for sexist reasons. Nami is a cat.
I'll let him go for a little bit and then we'll go back.
The rest of the crew combined. My man! In light of recent allegations, our crew has decided to cut ties with Mr. Vinsmoke. We are currently in talks to replace him with the hot, suave, good version of Sanji from the Netflix adaptation. Ooh, okay. Robin is the most interesting character in One Piece.
She's a woman!
Sorry, I guess that's all the time we have. Marketable plushie, fish, bones, the rest.
Fish? You talking about Frankie? Or he's talking about Jinbei? He's talking about Jinbei because if he is, I mean, talking about sexism and shit like that, you're calling something of... Obviously, Jinbei's a fictional character, but there's a whole fucking play on how people who are racist towards fishmen call them fish. I'm just saying, it's pretty fucking wild that this man is calling Jinbei a fish when in the actual canon of the story, calling a fishman just like a fish is actually just a derogatory term, is derogatory towards them. But I honestly want to go back a little bit just because I think this is... Here we go.
Alola Molazo is the right-hand
But
man
you
who
sound
holds
so young.
his swords like an idiot and can teleport in front of any woman, so long as it's for sexist reasons. Nami is a...
So he can teleport in front of any... I mean... That he saved Hiyori, who again doesn't have any actual fighting abilities because she's a fucking princess. He saved Tashiki because she was losing in a fight against another woman. The reason why I think he's pointing out on Zoro, he's kind of harping on Zoro the most right now, or using him as like the fall guy for it, is because Zoro has a code where he does not want to fight women. He generally does not fight women. He thinks women should be protected, more or less. Like, well, he thinks a woman that is not able to protect herself should be protected. For example, there's Okiku. Like, there was already a point where Luffy said to Zoro, like, hey, Zoro, do you want to go help her out? Like, she, like, you know her, like, you seem to get along with her. He's like, nah, she'll be fine. She can hold her own. Once she actually like goes serious, even though he's never seen her actually fight before. He would protect a child too. That's the thing. He would protect a child. He'd protect a man too. Actually, he's protected guys. So to say that he's only that for one he only protects women is ridiculous, and that he teleports in front of them, I'm not even gonna talk about that because that's obviously just satire and
My man. In light of recent allegations,
Doesn't
our
even
crew
talk
has
about
decided to
Usopp,
cut ties
because-
with Mr. Vinsmoke.
Notice how he doesn't talk about Usopp because he was saying how much he likes Usopp earlier. So it's kind of like, why would he say anything bad about the character, anything bad about a character that he personally is biased against or biased towards? And then with the Sanji, I mean, yeah, I'll be honest. Sanji is probably like his gag is my least favorite gag out of all the characters in the crew. Just because I think after Fish, like it became such an issue in Fishman Island, and then it just continuously like became issues here and there, and
Okay. We are currently in talks to replace him with the hot, suave, good version of Sanji from the Netflix adaptation. Ooh, okay. Now, Robin
I actually thought that was
is
kind
the
of funny.
most interesting character in One Piece.
She's a woman!
Sorry, I guess that's all the time we have.
yeah. Also, again, so this is actually kind of interesting. Notice how I said he was using Zoro as a scapegoat, kind of as the punching bag in this argument that he keeps giving, and then how I said his favorite character is obviously Robin now. He's having Zoro, the person that he's saying is the sexist one, cut through Robin, the one that he really likes, panel.
Marketable plushie, fish, bone.
We already went over the Jinbei stuff.
crest.
Went over it. You didn't even say Frankie.
The Vizzon mask with the main cast, where most of them are so mid that their boat has more personality than they do.
Wait, what?
Mask with the main cast, where most of them are so mid that their boat has more personality than they do.
All right, whatever.
Oh, you didn't tell me our boat was from the jungle!
Trade in
What?
your straw
What
hat
the
for
fuck are
a
you
tin
talking
foil.
about?
Delve deep into the mysteries of the world.
That's such a
Fight
weird
back
thing to
against
say.
an all-powerful evil government and the lapdogs who work as their enforcers. Except the ones the author thinks we're supposed to like, even though they're free the oppressed peoples of the world.
He thinks Kuzan and fucking Garp are awful. Dude, why? Clearly his favorite characters are Usopp and Robin. His least favorite character is Zoro. And because Zoro is a main character, and because Usopp and Robin are not like the main character, he thinks the entire show is trash. I'm just saying it because that's how I see it. That's how like I'm interpreting this. Because if you're saying characters are, like Kuzan and Aokiji are trash characters, dude, think about what you just said and think about how crazy of a statement that is.
World in a setting where all slaves will eventually become racist slavers themselves. Oh, that's not good. Listen, the author has great ideas, but he's not always so good at the execution. Just look how long it takes for him to execute this freckle guy. Hey, don't worry, Luffy. We got a
No,
better one
dude.
in the-
Okay, my question to him would have been when should have Ace died? When would have been a better point for Ace to have died throughout that entire fucking like saga of Ace? Because for me, when I'm thinking like, is he saying Ace should have been killed by Blackbeard on the spot, which would have been fucking wild and a waste of. We never would have got Marineford. We would have missed literally one of the best moments in anime history that is undoubtedly like agreed upon by most people that watch the anime. And even people that don't watch the anime, like it's just unabashedly one of the greatest fucking arcs in anime. Yeah, and then to say something like that, like that's fucking wild, dude. Because there was a big contention for a while where people were like they didn't like Sabo because they felt like he was just replacing Ace. And to a degree, I mean, in the aspect of like, well, no, because he wasn't. That's the whole thing. Is it's like you never actually saw Sabo's body. You never knew you did not know he actually died. You didn't know what fucking happened to him. You just know, especially because you know that Sabo, Ace, and Luffy as kids were strong. They were not just average fucking kids that if they fall down on the ground, they get a boo-boo and they have to go home. Like, no. It seems like you either A, went to the wiki and found this information out or something like that and pieced together what you could, like some narrative, or you actually watch the series and you fucking just, like I said, got butthurt. But I am remiss to say that you watch the series because you keep saying things that are like completely just wrong. Like you got the like they got the Mary in the jungle. Like what the fuck?
Guess what, baby? He's from the jungle!
Yeah,
That
like he's
jungle lore
what
was
the fuck?
actually foreshadowed in exactly one panel 400 chapters ago. No, you
Wow, so good story building is what this guy doesn't like. This is what I hate is like this dude actually is just saying like foreshadowing is bad. This dude's actually just saying foreshadowing is bad. Just something that stuff doesn't have to be put in your face right instantaneously. You don't need instant gratification. This guy has fucking Twitter, fucking social media brain rot.
You feel stupid for not noticing. Oh, don't worry. If you missed it, you can always catch up on the lore by skimming a fan wiki that insists on spelling every proper noun wrong. Because that's what some weebs called them back in 2001.
Here, my man, let me pay you in bellies.
What's that?
Oh,
You think
yeah.
these bellies and the story are both overstuffed?
Pish and Shaw. Oda doesn't need editors.
Old Peas has 1,100 chapters and twice as many named characters. I'm sure all of these guys are
Did you say twice as many main characters?
absolutely
Okay.
essential. How many of them could you possibly cut while telling the same story?
So, filler. Yeah. Actually, you could cut him, and nothing much would change. False. They're probably main characters in here. One sec.
Possibly cut while telling the same story.
I like how he has Pell there. He has Pell there. Yeah, you can get rid of those guys. They weren't necessary. Especially because I think they are dead. Hattori. Katori. Yeah, so this whole top line are basically people that they would have fought, that they fought in Skypiea. And actually, it's really funny because he got rid of Yama. That's actually very funny. And here's why. Yama is a Robin fight. Yama fought Robin and was actually an important fight because it was showing how much she cared about past civilizations and about being an archaeologist, because he was destroying the ruins and she was getting more and more upset over that fight. Is that one of the guys that got beat? I think they all got beat by Enter, actually. Relatively. Yeah, I mean, get rid of the Frankie. He's saying get rid of Frankie family members. This is Frankie. Right here. But this is like him with his mask on. So is he saying that he thinks that Frankie should at that point just have appeared straight up? I mean, I guess if you want to say there was no build up, no mystery to it, that's your own personal opinion on that. I don't agree with it. I haven't agreed with a lot of this guy's opinions. But he's also saying get rid of Kumadori. So get rid of a Nami fight, get rid of a Chopper fight. Get rid of Fukuro, so get rid of Frankie's fight, which also helps them establish themselves. Get rid of Jabra, so get rid of Sanji's fight. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting, huh? That's very interesting. My guy, you have Khalifa unchecked. Now, the reason why I say that is because a lot of Khalifa's fight is relatively sexualized. And it's also a girl-on-girl fight. Wonder why he wants to keep that one. This guy's probably a gooner. T-Bone, get rid of T-Bone. I mean, T-Bone is dead. So what does it really matter? Do it agree? Like, let him do his thing. I mean, again, I don't agree with... I could go with a lot of these and just not agree with him. Get rid of Suru. That's wild. Even though he doesn't like Garpy, he still wants to keep him in the thing. Get rid of... Honestly, a lot of people would probably agree with this. This might be one of the more accurate... This might be one of the more... not contentious things in this whole video. I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of people probably agree with Kid and Killer being kind of useless. Ruru, she hasn't done anything yet, so I could feel that. Apu, yeah. I feel like a lot of the Supernova were lackluster in like in how they were kind of treated. However, I do think it was important to establish them as like a greater world aspect. But yeah, I mean, I don't agree with a lot of these. Let's just let them go. Let's just let the rest of these go, because I could go on forever. Wait, which one did he get? Which one did he get rid of? Okay, I have to see that. So, get rid of the Big Mom pirates. Oh, no, not even get... No, wow, why I said Big Mom? I'm an idiot. Sorry, I apologize. Get rid of all of Whitebeard's crew, pretty much. And including Jozu. Dude got rid of pretty much all of Whitebeard's crew. And Izo. So, I guess Izo never would have made it to Wano. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's...
Why only Pythagoras? Interesting. Why do you only think Pythagoras isn't necessary, but someone like Edison is? Couldn't Edison and Pythagoras be interchangeable? And technically, couldn't we wouldn't need either of them if Atlas was still alive? Like if she had survived and hadn't blown herself up to only give them like 2 seconds? Because that's what happened. Atlas blew herself up to buy them some time, but the time that she bought them was literally like was a minute. Edison stayed behind just to turn a switch off, pretty much. Get rid of Kaku. Hold up. There's one more. Get rid of Pika. Get rid of Diamant. Dude, get rid of basically all of fucking Doflamingo's crew. So Zoro wouldn't have a fight. Rebecca and Kuros wouldn't have a fight, which also Robin jumps in there. Trable, so Law doesn't get the Law isn't there for that fight. And the shit, what is it? The stuff with Sugar, no Baby 5. So Sai doesn't get a fight, which, I mean, that's whatever. Okay, there it is. I was like, where are the fucking Tobi Roppo? And here they are. He X'd out Yamato. What a wild guy.
5 of them. I'm glad we wasted pages on these dudes instead of seeing the Straw Hats actually have any kind of dynamic with each other. Who cares about that? I have to know the name.
We literally have not had a single... You mean like in between the characters? Dude, what do you need to see in between them to a degree? I mean, you do see interactions between the characters pretty consistently, especially because they're usually around each other and they end up getting split off into groups like six. And I'm trying to think like what in his mind counts as meaningful interaction, because I guess just being close to each other doesn't count and stuff like that, because a lot of the fights in Wano, for example, with Sanji, when he called out for Robin for help, because he can't fight Black Maria because she's a woman and he wouldn't be able to beat her, but also because he wanted to show that Robin is able to, that he's not afraid to call on his friends for help, which showed his character growth, because he was afraid to let his friends take any of the force or anything like that, with what happened in Whole Cake and everything like that. That showed that Sanji kind of had these mental blockers that he needed to protect everyone. Now he's allowing them to protect him. Yeah, dude, this is wild. This is fucking wild. I don't know what his basis of meaningful interactions are, because that made her cry, that made her happy. And I mean, again, if we're talking about just the last chapter that came out, meaningful interactions, all of the Straw Hats just went with Robin to go visit Saul for the first time since she was a child, since she thought he had died. What are you talking about? And so this is what I mean. And I'm thinking, dude, I was going to say this when I first started this rant, but does this guy want them like washing like dishes together, like scenes of that? Because "you are my best friend" is such a generic line to say. Yeah, also they're all each other's best friends. That's the thing. They're like, he wouldn't say "you're my best friend," "you're my brother." He would say, "You're my brother. You're my captain." Because again, they're not. There is a dynamic as a crew there, and as people that spend every day with each other.
Name of the weapon that fuck-ass Joe uses. Let's check out the Q&A corner where the author answers only the most enlightened of questions from
Yeah,
the
12th of year-old readers.
Oh my god.
Yes, Joe!
I'm so glad you asked. Fuck-ass Joe has a really interesting backstory. My editor said I couldn't include it, so I murdered him, because nobody tells me what to do. Anyway, he drifted through the Calm Belt, which has no currents and you shouldn't be able to drift through it, but I forgot. Then he met another character and became a pirate. Thanks so
Okay.
much for your question.
If you read the SBSs, he's not wrong to a degree. There are some pretty like just blasé, pointless questions that get asked, like what's so and so's favorite food type of thing, or if like either way, there's just general like nonsense questions asked there, but and to a degree it's kind of because it's used as just like a Q&A for like people to ask their like questions like that. I generally speaking, if there's a question on there that relates to the story, and Oda does include it, he usually includes in like a way that's like very vague, and he'll say, and he'll even say like, I don't want to speak too much on this topic specifically. He makes it a point to be like, I'm not going to try and spoil anything. If you want, he'll give you lore and backstories because that's what people fucking ask for. People want to know like histories behind characters that don't get explained because there's not enough time in the story. Otherwise, it would be like 2,000 chapters by this point.
Lick the syrup off of Nomi's body.
Watch as breasts grow larger, negative space grows rarer, and
Dude,
the
that's
art
never-
gets
has that even
sketchier and
ever
sketchier
actually been a
because the
fucking
artist
question?
would
I don't think so.
literally rather kill himself
What?
than accept help from or credit any of his assistants. Don't worry. Oda is actually just being nice and making his art worse on purpose so that the anime doesn't look as bad by comparison. Is reading too quick and easy? Switch to the anime and watch as time slowdown turns this angry broccoli man's one-panel Wii into a 10-minute long piss venture. Hey, mister, this is
I thought that was
old
funny,
peas,
but yeah, I get
not
it.
You peas. This is simply not up to Toei's standard of quality. I know what'll fix this. That's better. Listen, this is a very serious emotional story, but we don't want you to be sad when you read it. Remember, at the end of the day, there are no consequences to anything. Hit this bird with a nuke, he'll be fine. Put a bandage on him, he'll be fine. Abandon your children for inexcusably selfish reasons, don't worry.
Yeah,
Always
that happens a
love you
lot.
No matter what.
That happens a
And
lot.
that's why you should take care of yourself and not work yourself so hard that your coworkers have to force you to get surgery and to sleep. They all care
I mean, that's
about
not.
your daughters care about.
Okay, so this is the crazy thing that he's kind of insinuating here is that Oda just doesn't allow people to work on his projects with him. Not true at all. Not true at all. Especially in recent years, he's very much allowed other people like his editors, well, not editors, his staff and everything like that to help him with it. And even with the live action stuff that came out, he likes to have people ask for his hand, for his help in that, because it's his vision, it's his work of art at the end of the day. Like, he's the only one who truly knows how it should turn out and how it should look. If Pablo Picasso worked for Da Vinci, and during that, and Da Vinci was in the process of working on the Mona Lisa, if Pablo Picasso was to just finish, like, walk up to it one day and just finish it himself, like, do you think that Da Vinci would want someone to finish something like that without his approval? No. Exactly. It's very much the same. And I mean, there are manga authors that do very much take that to an extreme. I mean, the writer of Hunter x Hunter, Togashi, I always think, I'm not sure if I get the name right, but he very much is like that too, where he likes to do everything himself. It's actually been like stated, he's made it apparent and in like Q&As and everything that he generally likes to just do it by himself with very little other input from other people or help.
About you, Oda?
That's why a lot of them have health problems.
To show them that you care about them.
Also, you're saying that he doesn't care about his children.
Sexualize another child their age?
No, Oda. That's wrong.
Oh. Younger?
No. Thanks for watching. This video is sponsored by...
Yeah, I don't care what it's sponsored by. You just said that, for one, he also just said that he doesn't spend time with his children. That's a fucking wild claim to make, dude. That's a wild claim. Anyways, I don't know what else to say. I said a lot during this. I'm kind of tired of talking about this guy. Obviously, his takes are fucking wild and pretty much utter cope for the most part. I mean, oh my God. That's like if you, again, we're talking, make another comparison. That's like saying Eminem, one last thing. This is like saying Eminem with his daughter and like Haley Jade because she's a woman and everything like that. That him being derogatory towards women, even though he has a daughter, is like shameful when it's not. It's art. It's a story. It's fucking fantasy. These are fictional fucking characters, my dude. And again, I think part of the reason why he even made this video is because Robin isn't the main character. So that's going to be it for this video. We're going to move on. Let's get out of here. Let's get off of this bullshit. Hey, what is up? You are an absolute legend if you made it this far in the video. I really appreciate it. And if you could just do me one more quick favor, hit that like and subscribe button down below. It really helps me out. I stream on Twitch Wednesdays to Saturdays starting around 12 p.m. EST. And yeah, there's plenty of crazy unhinged madness that goes on over there too. So I hope to see you there, and I'll catch you in the next video.